Hi there, we are busy reading from the Passion Translation and we are currently in Proverbs 22 and we are in verse 9. It says here, when you are generous to the poor, you are enriched with blessings in return. Here again, how many times have poor been mentioned in Proverbs? So basically, when you give to the poor, God sees your heart and God will reward you. It says that you will be enriched with blessings in return. So you cannot outgive God, you cannot outgive His blessings, and He will see your heart when you also see others in need. Verse 10, say goodbye to a troublemaker, and you will say goodbye to quarrels, strife, tensions, and arguments, for a troublemaker traffics in shame. So let's read this in verse 10 as well. Drive out the scoffer and contention will go away. So basically, when you say no to a troublemaker, you also say no to everything that goes with that. It says, even strife and dishonor will cease. So go back here, it says, say goodbye to the troublemaker, and you will say goodbye to quarrels, strife, tensions, arguments, for a troublemaker traffics in shame. So basically it's like a whole traffic of stuff that comes with a troublemaker. And by saying goodbye to a person like that in your life, actually removes all these things from your life as well. So you are allowed to say no. You're allowed to say no to toxic relationships. You are allowed to remove toxic and troublemaking people from your life. The Lord loves those whose hearts are holy, and He is the friend of those whose ways are pure. So if your heart is holy, if your ways are pure in your life, God calls you a friend of His. God passionately watches over His deep reservoir of revelation knowledge. We've spoken about this before as well. What is revelation knowledge? It's where something is being revealed, where God's wisdom is being revealed. So it's like when you go into a situation and you don't always understand what is going on here right from the start, but you can pray and you can ask God to reveal His heart for the situation to you. He can reveal His ways in the situation to you. And it says here that He passionately watches over His deep reservoir of revelation knowledge. So meaning there is so much more, there's always more wisdom, there's always more knowledge for us, and God watches over that. And that is it's also called the reservoir because it's like drinking water. There's always more to drink. He gives us the water of life, which will continue to flow for us and also out of us. It says, but He subverts the lies of those who pervert the truth. A slacker always has an excuse for not working. Like, I can go to work, I can't go to work, there's a lion outside. And murderers too. So I would say this is somebody that lives in fear and anxiety. They make excuses for not doing things. They make excuses for not working and getting up and going out and doing things because of anxieties and fears of whatever could be out there that could be scary to them. Let's go to the Amplified Bible here. It says, verse 13, the lazy one manufactures excuses and says that there's a lion outside. I will be killed in the streets if I go out to work. 14, the mouth of an immoral woman is a deep pit. It's deep and it's inescapable. He who is cursed by the Lord because of his adulterous sin will fall into it. So basically the mouth of an immoral woman is a deep pit. So be careful of an immoral woman who speaks seductively, who speaks with flattery, whose mouth will lead you to a pit, will lead you into something that you could fall into. Verse 15, it says here, although rebellion is woven into a young man's heart, tough discipline can make him into a man. Now, this is a fantastic verse that you can also, if you're a parent and you have a rebellious child, it says here tough discipline can make this person, the rebellious person, into a man. Now, what is discipline? This is also very important because it can be misunderstood very easily. If you take discipline, the root word of discipline is disciple. Now, how do you disciple somebody? That is to teach, to come alongside, to coach, and actually almost to nurture as well. So tough nurturing, tough coming alongside, tough coaching, tough I'm right here by your side, and we're going to walk through this together, we're going to do this together, and we're going to teach and train and show you the way, and we're going to help you, we're going to be tough on you, because we want you to go from a rebellious child into a strong young man. So that could very much be the heart of a parent as well, the heart of a mother, or the heart of a coach, where you do see rebellious things in young people, or in those under you, or in your care, and it is possible to have a tough discipleship discipline with somebody that will lead them on the right way. Verse 16, there are two kinds of people headed towards poverty: those who exploit the poor and those who bribe the rich. So what are two things that lead to poverty? I think this is very good to know this as well, because here Proverbs is full of wisdom. So it doesn't only speak about how to be prosperous, but it also speaks about how to avoid poverty. And here it is saying, if you exploit the poor, if you abuse people who cannot stand up for themselves, who cannot speak up for themselves, who has to work for every little cent that they get, and you still exploit them on top of that, watch out for poverty knocking on your own door. Also says here, for those who bribe the rich. So bribery is also wrong, and will also open the door to poverty in your life. Saying the wise sages, that is the next heading here, and we are in verse 17. Listen carefully and open your heart. Drink in the wise revelation that I impart. You will become winsome and wise when you treasure the beauty of my words, and always be prepared to share them at the appropriate time. So we can be, when at the appropriate time, we should be prepared to share God's wisdom with those around us. For I am releasing these words to you in this day, yes, even to you, so that your living hope will be found in God alone. So that is a neighbor hooting in our area. So I think, let me stop the recording here, and then I will continue to record in a few minutes' time.